of that one. Thank you. I feel like it's smoky. 9:09 a.m. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Erickson Galt.
Here.
Joliet.
Here.
Lubes.
Here.
Nelson.
Here.
Taylor.
Here.
Hoffman.
Present.
Spiz.
Present.
Gershenson.
Here.
Johnson.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Everyone please rise. I will try to not hit the wall behind me. Commissioner Joliet, would you kindly lead us today?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes dated January 30th, 2024, moved by Commissioner Taylor, seconded by Commissioner Loops. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That passes. Thank you very much. I would entertain a motion to approve today's agenda, moved by Commissioner Taylor and seconded by Commissioner Loops. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. That also passes. Thank you very much. Opening public comment. Anyone here from the public wishing to speak on anything on the agenda today? Seeing none, I'll close public comment. Moving on to communications, just a casual, does anyone want to go through these one at a time, or should I receive and file both of them? Commissioner?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do have a question on the one relative to the annual supplementary incentive report. And it really just has to do with the sheriff's office. If you look at the incentive, the three for the Parks and Rec give a brief description of what it's for. One for the sheriff's office just gives you a dollar amount. I believe it's for new hires, but I am not 100% sure.
Where is it, Commissioner? Communications.
Communications, very first communications incentive report. 7A.
I'm sorry, did you have a question?
I'm just looking for clarification on, I believe it's for new hires, because I believe there's 22 open spots for corrections deputy, 17 open spots for deputy 2, which kind of conflicts with later in the packet, but, and then 6 for dispatch. So they have separate dollar amounts, which I believe are part of the union negotiating contracts, but I want to be 100% sure what those dollar amounts are for.
That's a good question.
Ariane would know, but I don't see her.
Yep, I'm here, Ann.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, those are actually the new hire, as he mentioned, sign-in bonuses. Yep, so each one listed are new hires that receive the actual bonus, and that's the total.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yep.
If I can make a recommendation, can we have this updated and resubmitted for communications or put in there? A friendly amendment just says, so it indicates what it's for.
Yeah.
Like 1266 right here, so it says.
I don't know, where does it say incentive? Oh, under here. Got it.
Yeah, so these are this very good breakdown, but they're not so much.
Would anyone be opposed to that, or can I ask unanimous consent on that? Any opposition? Okay, cool.
Thank you.
All right, seeing no other, any other discussion, questions? No? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to receive and file communications A and B. Moved by Commissioner Hoffman, seconded by Commissioner Loops. Would you please prompt that?
Minnie and I don't have a pop-up.
Neither do I.
Came up late.
I got what? Oh, set is current.
Also, I've never asked you this, do you enjoy doing the pop-ups? Because I can do a roll call though
Yeah,
for
no,
all
but
these.
this is good that we're doing it now
Okay.
and to identify.
I'm always happy to switch to the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, no problem. Nelson,
Yes.
Hoffman,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes,
Taylor? Yes. You have 9 yeas, 0 nays.
thank you very much. Communications have been filed. Moving on to our regular agenda then, I would entertain a motion to, what am I doing here?
8A.
Oh, just accepting.
Recommend board.
Yeah. Sorry guys, right on. I entertain a motion to recommend to the board item A, which has an exceedingly long name that I won't read right now. Moved by Commissioner Loops and seconded by Commissioner Spiz. Any discussion on this? I know we've got, you wanna come up and talk about it? or-
Happy to, yep. Good morning, Mr. Chair, Commissioners. Bringing greetings on behalf of our county clerk, Lisa Brown. My name's Fred Miller. I'm pleased and honored to be your deputy. This is the third time this grant has been in front of you. This is our second application. So it'll be our second year. It's a little bit askew because last year was the first year that Scale created this grant, which benefits our e-services center, which is a legal self-help center where people can come in, use the computer programs there for, the computer stations there for free, and help them access the court of justice. So this is the second grant. This will have our funding from June through September, and it's our hope and our intention to apply for this grant for the next fiscal year when it'll be, the Scale is finally aligning this grant with our fiscal year and the state's fiscal year. So this is kind of a little bit of a gap funding. But anyway, bottom line, this goes to supporting interns who come from paralegal backgrounds as well as law school students to help people access the court of justice primarily through e-filing help, court research, and MichiganLegalHelp.org, which is from Michigan Legal Help, made possible by Scale, and help people kind of access their casework and make filings and all that. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions, comments, concerns? I'll start off by saying I really appreciate this program. I think it's a great thing to do, and it helps with the integration of the community, and it helps to alleviate some labor. So appreciate that, Commissioner Nelson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. How many individuals utilize this service?
So we have an average of 30 people a day of members of the public that you mean. So it's a very busy, there are 8 terminals there. I've never seen a line out the door, but I have seen times just this past Friday when every station was used. So it's people coming in primarily to do family, respond to family law. So initiating a divorce, responding to a divorce, a lot of people coming in to amend custody and things like that. People who are self-represented litigants who either for whatever reason don't have an attorney and are trying to do it themselves. So it's a lot of hand-holding, but it's like a careful line that we all walk, which is trying to provide legal information without providing legal advice. And so that's why having students who have a little bit of a legal background is good, and it's proved to be really helpful and popular with constituents. So currently we have a law student from University of Detroit Mercy, from a Farmington Hills resident, and we're just bringing on in the next couple weeks an OCC paralegal certificate program student from Southfield. So.
Nice. Valuable service to the county. Thank you.
Any other questions? Motion on the table is to recommend to the board. Madam Clerk, would you please properly vote? Thanks, Fred.
Could I do reset or Spiz,
Yes.
Lubes?
Yes.
Kirshenson?
Yes.
Taylor? Yes. You have 9 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Our next item is, oh my God, I am not in shape with this. I would entertain a motion to recommend to the board, item B, Parks and Recreation Agreement between Oakland County and the Oakland County 4-H Fair Association. Moved by Commissioner Tilian, seconded by Commissioner Taylor. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking up this item. Oakland County Parks and the Fair Board have had a long-standing partnership that has been successful that allows us to host the Oakland County Fair at Springfield Oaks. It began in 1971 and is a subject of a lease agreement that we operate that by. The Fair Association receives regular grants from the Michigan Department of Agriculture, and they changed their grant requirements to require that at least a 10-year lease be in place on a permanent basis. So we have a 5-year agreement. So this agreement updates and lengthens the term of our agreement. There are a few changes in the terms. The revenue is basically staying the same. We receive 10% of the parking fee income from the 4-H fair. And they also pay 15% of the fees they receive from storing boats and vehicles and the unused barns and facilities on the site. But one additional new piece is a $20,000 annual capital improvement and maintenance fee that the Fair Association will pay in to help us keep upgrading and maintaining those buildings on the site. They will also begin to contract directly with the sheriff's office for their patrol services rather than coming through us. And that'll allow for, full reflection of the true costs of that service. So with that, there's some other minor issues there, but I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Commissioner Hoffman?
Hey, thanks, Chris. I have an issue with the fact that we have a barn there that's owned by the taxpayers, and we rent space to people who want to store their boats. Can you explain that? You were
We don't.
competing with Free Enterprise. Well, the
Yeah.
fair does
The
it.
Fair Board does.
Right.
The other alternative there is to have essentially vacant buildings at the cost of the taxpayers. So I guess this is a philosophical question of whether, we should try to generate as much revenue as possible with publicly funded buildings. And the alternative is the perspective you bring that we're competing with private industry there.
Yeah, that's the objection I have. Why should we take a tax subsidized piece of property and rent storage to people and compete with people who are in that business who are paying property taxes? It's not the way government should be run, in my opinion. I'm not in favor of that.
I understand.
So who do we take that issue up with?
Well, you all appoint the Parks and Recreation Commissioners. We've got one here today as well. I mean, this is an issue of philosophy and mission, and our past practice has been to try to maximize the use and the revenue generation of those publicly funded facilities as opposed to, the approach that you mentioned today.
Commissioner Smith?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good to see you, Chris. My question is a little bit different. Avenue, I guess I'll say. I understand Commissioner Hoffman's position, but why, since we own the facility, right, the buildings, and what'd you say, we make 20%?
10% of parking, 15% of the storage.
So, yeah. I know we lease them the property, but it just, I guess 15% of the fees that they charge for storage to me just seems, maybe it's just just a gut check. I mean, I haven't done a market study, I haven't done any of that, so just, why only 15%? I mean, we own the building, we pay for maintenance, we do everything else. Yes, they lease it from us, but it just seems like it's a win-win for them and not necessarily a win-win for the county.
How many dollars is 15%?
I have no idea.
That's what I need to know.
I could get you that number. Well, the history is that there was no agreement to share those revenues until 5 years ago. And so it went from 0 to 15. We could have pursued increasing that number, but we felt like this $20,000 maintenance fee is really what's most important, to just make sure that we're investing back in those facilities and not letting them deteriorate and have those costs accumulate.
So that drives another question, does that $20,000 cover our costs for maintenance or only a percentage of it?
Well, we're talking about maintenance, like capital maintenance projects, so small scale maintenance projects. There's always more on the list of things that we can and want to do than there is funding available.
I guess I'm more concerned about the facilities on that site from a maintenance perspective and capital improvements that we would have to do just to keep them up to the level we would expect as a county.
Yeah, I think we're in fairly decent shape there, but there are, always opportunities to improve. So there's nothing that's falling apart right now. There's nothing that's substandard or not safe.
Okay, thank you.
I have one more question.
Sure.
So we share in the revenue for the rental of boat storage?
We receive 15%.
15%.
The Fair Board takes the other.
How much is the 15% in dollars?
I did not bring that with me. I can get you that if you'd like.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Seeing none, motion on the table is to recommend to the board. Clerk, would you please proper that vote?
They just don't like me today. Should I do reset or? Lubes,
Vote
Yes.
twice.
Gershenson,
Yes.
Taylor? Yes.
We have 8 yeas, 1 nay.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair?
Sure.
Since this is a 10-year agreement, and you're hearing what the feedback has been from the members, so I would want you to keep an open mind to looking at potentially increasing the amount. I have no idea, and I know we're not in the business of making money off of our partners, so I'm just saying, since it's a 10-year agreement, I hope that doesn't preclude you from looking into it a little bit.
Yeah, but always open-minded. We get, I guess, two different opinions here, so it's hard to sometimes figure out which direction you'd like this to go in. What Commissioner Hoffman's saying is he doesn't think we should be in the business at all of boat rental and competing with private industry, correct?
Right.
And then the question was from Commissioner Spiz,
the other way.
why aren't we charging more revenue share? So, you
Well,
know.
why don't you talk about it with your board?
I will. We got one member here, so, you know, it really is a kind of a philosophical question, and we're happy to negotiate, get the best terms we can, but sometimes hard when we're going in two different directions. I could sometimes handle those things, but not
All right,
always.
thank you.
It's exciting. We don't often get to go deep into philosophy of it. That was fun. For what it's worth, I have opinions, but I don't think that they're going to be very helpful right now. Moving on then, to item C. I would entertain a motion to approve, that's all we have to do, just approve? Oh, that's easy. To approve, item C, Human Resources Extension of Certified Eligibility List, moved by Commissioner Hoffman, seconded by Commissioner Erickson Colt. Anyone want to talk about that? Sure.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Just a quick question, because going from the communications that we reviewed a little bit earlier today to this one, for Deputy 2, this one says we have 27 open positions, the other one I think said 17?
Oh, no, this is an eligibility list,
Yeah.
so there are 27 candidates on the list to be hired. They were not
Okay,
hired just yet.
I understand now.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you, that cleared it up for me. Openings.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. How many times have we extended this? I feel like this has come before the committee before,
Yes,
so.
exactly, it has. It's been a few times, so each time an examination is open, that's counted as one examination. So when it closes and we reopen it, that's another one examination. So we may have to extend it a couple times because there's more than one opening,
I see.
yes.
What do you think some of the barriers are to filling these positions?
I would say it would be more vacancies because people retire. So for example, just now, the supervisor of admin services, she was notified that there would be 10 retirements this year thus far. So with those 10 retirements, that would lead to promotions and vacancies on the road and then vacancies within the main jail. So since those are retirements, then we will have to fill those positions from those retirements.
So it's a moving target, basically.
Yeah, pretty much, it's ongoing. And at that time, when I first submitted this back in January, there were 27 candidates on the list. Now there are 34. So by extending the list out to October, that will give the sheriff's office more time to utilize the list and closing the examination and reopening. So it'll actually be a good thing for your approval today to extend that list to assist the sheriff's office with their vacancies, for sure. In addition to that, one more thing, they actually, in the 2024 budget, they were approved for 8 additional positions. So on top of the retirements and promotions, they have 8 additional positions to fill as well. So the extension will definitely aid them in their selection.
What does recruitment efforts look like presently?
We attend several job fairs. We reach out to Oakland Community College. They have a law enforcement program, so we work hand in hand in partnerships with them as well.
Well, thank you.
Mm-hmm, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah, good question, thank you. Any other discussion? Anything else you wanted to, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh, no, that's okay, right, that's okay. No, actually, I have one last thing outside of that. Summer jobs, our summer jobs are open and posted. Summer is on the horizon, so we decided, we always post our summer jobs in February. So summer jobs for Parks and Recreation, as well as the Oakland County summer jobs are now posted. I did bring 5 flyers that I can leave that you can pass out as well.
Appreciate that, thank you. Motion on the table then is to approve item C. Madam Clerk, would you please call that vote?
Spiz,
Yes.
Lubes,
Yes. Taylor,
Yes.
you have 9 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That concludes today's regular agenda. Moving on then to public comment number 2. Anyone from the public wishing to address us on anything at all? Seeing none. Any other business? Anything anyone wants to talk about? Commissioner Nelson?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. One of the things I've been working on is, I don't know if many are familiar with the affordability program that's set to expire at the end of April. And if we go back, gosh, I think it was 2 years, it's part of the bipartisan infrastructure bill that provided low-income households with a discounted internet. There is legislation out there that would like to bring forward an extension allowing low-income families or veterans or seniors to still be able to stay connected. So one of the things I'm working on is introducing a non-binding resolution during our next board meeting on behalf of supporting the legislation that's presently out there.
I love that. I actually wrote a resolution at the House level for the state to pass also, or doing the same thing. So I'd love to talk to you about that.
Excellent, likewise. Thank you.
Anything else? No? Awesome. Well, thank you all today. I'll conclude this meeting right at 9:30. Look at that.
It's a record.
Now, I think I went a little too fast today and I was not on my groove, but it's fine.
It's because of this wall.
It is the wall. The wall is an
The wall.
omnipresent.
It's disappearing.
What?
Is that whole section disappearing? It'll be back.
Chris, my man.
Did you know how thin the wall was?